Hello, this is Dr. Salvatore Vinciguerra, and in this video I'm going to be teaching you about eighth notes. This is the typical way eighth notes would appear in printed music. These notes have flags, and these are beamed. And the flags would come down from the stem or up from the stem, depending upon which way the stems are facing. And please review one of my videos on how to notate music and the rules for which way these stems should go. Over here, these eighth notes could either be beamed in groups of 2 or groups of 4. It just makes it easier for musicians to read, and that's really the reason why they're grouped those different ways and appear differently in music. An eighth note is equal to half of a beat. So 2 of these eighth notes is equal to a full beat of sound. Just the sound is chopped up. And, a quarter note then would be divided into half, and then this would be the other half. Now let's look at an example in 2/4 time. And 2 beats per measure, and the quarter note getting the beat. In this example, you see that the first half of the eighth note beat would get 1, and the second half would get an. In the next beat, the first half would get the number 2, and the second half would get an. Ending with, right here, 2 eighth notes followed by a quarter note. So this would get 1 and 2 for this example here. Here's another example in 2/4 time where you can see the eighth notes in different patterns. First, we have a set of eighth notes in the first measure, so you would count them 1 and 2 and. Second measure would be 1 and then this would be all of 2 because it's 1 full beat. In the last measure, you have a quarter note, which would receive 1, and 2 eighth notes, which divide this beat into 2 halves. So these 2 eighth notes would get 2 and an. The next example is in 4/4 time. You notice I have a set of eighth notes here at the beginning. They would receive 1 and 2 and. This quarter note would receive 3. We have 2 eighth notes. This would be 4 and. Then in the second measure, I have a quarter note at the beginning. That would get 1. And then I have 2 eighth notes, 2 and, a quarter note. This would get 3. And 2 eighth notes, and they would receive 4 and. Here's an example where you have eighth notes at the beginning of the piece of music. Notice where the stems are because of the note being so high on the staff. So this would be counted 1 and 2 and 3, 4, and so on. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, and the pattern continues throughout the piece. So this is what pepperoni pizza sounds like. This is an example in 2/4 time. Notice that the quarter notes here would get 1, 2, 1, 2. Then we have our eighth note pattern, 1 and 2 and, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1 and 2 and 1. So this is what 2 by 2 would sound like. Here is an example in 4/4 time where you have a quarter note followed by 2 eighth notes, followed by a quarter note, and then 2 eighth notes, and the pattern continues. So this first quarter note would get 1. This set of eighth notes would get 2 and, chopping up the beat. This quarter note right here would get 3, and then ending with 2 eighth notes, 4 and the pattern continues 1, 2, and 3, 4 and. This is what this example would sound like. Here's a musical example with eighth notes in it. And you see that at the beginning you have your eighth notes and they're beamed. And they would be counted 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3, rest. That would get a 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3, and then this rest over here would get a 4. This is what this example would sound like if it were played. Rest. This is Dr. Salvatore Vinciguerra. Thank you for watching this video on eighth notes. Please watch out for more videos in this series of reading and writing music. If you like this video, please like it, subscribe to this channel, and have a great day. Thank you.